Everyone, hello. This is Baker, and the background is our factory. We are CNC spring machine manufacturer. Okay, firstly, let me show you around to work with me to show you around. Okay, this is our workshop, and this machine is the heavy duty for the wire maximum to 8 mm. And here's my brief contact information. I'll show you around. Firstly, this is the workshop for our assembly for spring forming machines with over 20 years experience. This is the workshop over 20 years experience. Okay, this is the workshop for different models in different stage. For this one in warm-up running, this one warm-up running, and this sampling almost completed, where soonest for the coming dispatch. Once the client paid the balance, completed the balance payment, will go next for the dispatch soonest. This is our factory. I'll show you around our factory and our assembly workshop. And this area for compression springs, this area for compression spring for 2 axes or 4 axes. Okay, so here's we go. The focus, the topic. This is our factory for the mental parts. Go over the heating furnace and surface treatment. And this area for the assembly compression spring machine, also called the spring quality machine. Workshop. This is the workshop for different models at different progress. This one heavy duty for a machine maximum 8 mm with wire rotary. Whole set machine including the wire feeder, wire decoil, and the main machine. This is the main machine. To this machine with the ability to process to making very type of springs, regular or special springs, and this one can base to be fixed on the nameplate and the sampling. One sampling completed. I'm a Baker, export sales manager. This is the sample in one stop. To make this one stop. Iron 1.8 millimeter. Iron 1.8 millimeter. Output the producing rate about 8 pieces per minute. 8 pieces per minute. This one by this machine. The whole machine, including the feeder, wire decoil, and the main machine, wire decoil, and the main machine. Presently, the sample material iron 1.8 millimeter, rate 8 pieces per minute. So nowadays, more and more our orders at the customized style, not for the regular spring, but more and more for wire bending, wire forming products in different or particular shape provided by the clients. We provide the machine and the solution. And tailor-made the tools according to the task. So here's this one is a special point at the manger. The coil extended its length. Usually the length is like this, and once the larger products, we will extend the length. The manger extended its length to make the have the more space for the bigger tasks. This cam-based 3-axis CNC spring forming machine. Mostly this goes for the extension springs. For regular extension spring or pro spring at rate about 14 to 18 pieces per minute. 14 to 18 pieces per minute. And this the heavy duty for the agriculture, lake time, lake teeth at output rate about 8 to 12 pieces per minute. This with wire rotary. So our machines are mostly to process working for the long wire, circus wire, and the first majority long wire, circus wire, and the second majority is the flat strip, as well material shape, rectangle, square, and oval. So the regular is the long circus wire for the most majority, and the flat strip, rectangle, square, and the material, the most majority material is the steel, like carbon steel or stainless steel, or hard wire and iron. Also, the metals are like the aluminum, copper, bronze, and the different alloys for the special using fields. So the shape majority is the long wire circles, and the second majority is the flat strip, and for material is mostly goes by the steel, carbon steel or stainless steel, and then the iron, copper, bronze, aluminum, and the different alloys as well. So let's move another step, another one. This one, warm up running. This in warm up running. This in warm up running, and this usually will take 3 days for warm up running. To protect for the safe purpose, we will fix a cover on here, and the sliding distance. This is a moving distance. For the bigger work panel, the bigger sliding distance. This is cameras with the layer. This high precision layer as for this is a pair, and this one cannot change each other. This is a four pair. This is a four pair. This and this cannot change each other. So we go for it with high precision control. And this feeding wire, this one process working for the wire 0.3 to 1.6 millimeter, and the suspension, the manger suspension, the motor outside the work panel, this 8 handle. Total usually standard 10 axis. If we added the spinner, usually at this 6 o'clock side, length goes up to 11 axis. For the extension spring, torsion, double torsion spring, as well for irregular wire bending, wire forming products. Standard paired work width, paired with max 200 kilometer, 200 kilogram wire decoil. the motor, Sanyo, Japan, 1 kilowatt, every side, every handle, every hand, 1 kilowatt. So this for feeding wire, long wire, 0.3 to 1.6 millimeter. Okay, this one at cost 20,000 US dollar. At cost, this one along the coast, 20,000 US dollar. And this today in our engineers set the program, preparing the tools, modifying the tools for typical products according to the clients. And once this sampling completed, for domestic will go next for the client come into our workshop for a free unit training, or once the sampling completed, will go next for the client come here for the training. This the solid work panel. So every base of the hand steady, locked on the work panel, no vibrate, is good for the precision control, for the wire feeding precision at length 100 millimeter, the tolerance 0.03 millimeter, 0.03 millimeter, the tolerance for 100 millimeter wire feeding length. And every hand with one pair, high wind linear guideway, high wind linear guideway. For the simple tasks, the standard measure at this length. For more complicated, bigger tasks, we will extend the measure as like to here or here, for extended the measure for different tasks if needed. And this machine for feeding wire, long wire, work for the long wire 0.2 maximum 2.5 millimeter, maximum 2.5 millimeter. And the choices. Once sampling completed, we will fix a nameplate here to stand to showcase, to tell it everyone the machine formula, total power, net weight, and model number, CE mark, made in China. This the nameplate, including our trademark, this one. And behind this is the wire forming machine. So the wire feeding us from rear to front, move ahead. For a compression spring machine, the longer feeding us from left to right for the compression spring quality machine, and for forming machine from rear to front. This goes for setup special tasks to preparing the tools. So one whole set tools, including the wire feeding tools and the typical task forming tools, including the coiling finger to grinding its surface, is very, very important. Grinding the surface is very important. This is a wearable part made of tool steel, and once it's wear out, we can lose it to make it move ahead, then to use it till. So it's like this. Is once it's wear out like this, we can move it ahead to fix another site. Okay, and this is the spinner. So it goes up to presented the total 11 axis. For the feeding wire, 0.2 maximum 2.5 millimeter. Here's the operating system. Introduction, the operating system. This is the operating system. It's not touch screen. It is operated by the keyboard and by the mouse. For the adjust the late during setup stage. We can also adjust the late to input the figures and the line. Here's X1 to X8, X1 to X8, and the Y for wire feeding. Z for the manger, A for wire rotary, It's not workable at present. So the green one is workable. Some of the figures standing for like angle at degree, unit of degree, and the wire feeding in units of millimeter. Precise to 0.01 millimeter. This stands for the length, and the lows goes for standing the angle in units of degree. Okay. B for this B for spinner. B for spinner. B standing for the spinner. This preset program and save as total 100 different programs can be saved, can be stopped and saved, and the key parameters. This one in if you need, we can go for Spanish. Standard paired with Chinese and English. We can also provide you the Spanish, Russian, or Turkish if you need it. If you presently do not have engineers skillful at English, we can customize them for you in Spanish, Russian, or Turkish. Okay. So this the whole set machine, including the wire decoil and the main machine for regular springs and for special springs, and the wire decoil, automatic, moving ahead or backward, mostly forward or backward. This is the whole set machine for regular springs, for torsion springs, for wire forming products, or for snap and clip. Also for special products, also like conveyor belts, wire mesh, I-link belt, or for spiral wire mesh, torsion spring, double torsion springs, also for clip and snap. For example, the fishing clip or fishing snap can be also made by this one. For the output lead example, this machine for extension spring, pull spring, at leads about 12 to 18 pieces per minute. 12 to 18 pieces per minute for the extension spring, this one. So the total, presently, the total rated power, 14 kilowatts, total rated power. And during its working, the total power consuming about 3.5 to 4 kilowatts. During its working, the total power consuming at 3.5 to 4 kilowatts. And the rated power total 14 kilowatts. For the work for the mental as the first majority steel, like stainless steel, carbon steel, and the different stainless steel like 302 or 304 or 316. And also the other metals like aluminum, iron, copper, bronze, and the different alloys. For example, the high electric resistance material for the heating purpose in cold area, for the necessary in cold area for high electric resistance material, and this presently process the long wire circles. Once we change the tools, it's also workable for the flat strip, for rectangle, for square wire. It's workable for the long circles, flat strip, rectangle, square, and the oval. So all the segments in less semicircle. So the material at different shape, the majority feeding the long wire circles. Okay, this is our workshop, and here's my contact information. This is my contact information. I'm a baker. We are CNC spring machine manufacturer in Dongguan City. In Dongguan City, South China. Within 17, within 70 minutes from our factory to Guangzhou International Airport, just 75 kilometers. Our CNC spring machine manufacturer in Dongguan City, over 20 years experience. I'm a baker, export sales manager. You can add me, take a picture list, then add my WhatsApp. This is my WhatsApp QR code, and this is my WeChat QR code, and this is my WhatsApp, my email site. You can send me your drawing by email, and my daily business activities in Facebook site. For more videos, please visit this site for more videos. Please visit this for more videos. Okay. For every model, the videos for the regular spring, for the special spring, you can visit my video bank, this site, or for domestic, for Chinese, if you can understand the Chinese, my TikTok, China version, TikTok, and this, my Facebook site, email, I'm Baker, Export Sales Manager in Dongguan City. And now a taxi ride from our factory to Canton Fair Halls. And this, okay, this is the heavy duty spring forming machine with wire rotary, 4 pair of feeding rollers, and a wire rotary, gear driven wire rotary. This one presently the 4 pair of feeding rollers, cameras with wire rotary for the long wire max to 8 millimeter. This is the work panel. This is the work panel. For agriculture purpose, using the making the lake-time lactis for the lake-time lactis for harvester, for straw baler. Also in automobile industry to make the spring parts in automobile industry, in trucks, vehicles, or private cars. So let's to show you some of our papers to get a deeper and a more clear, direct understanding about our factory. We are speed machine manufacturer. This is our workshop for assembly. This is the workshop for spring forming machine. Workshop for spring forming machine. Presently, we now have almost 20 models. So mostly those models do not have a stock. We get the order, then start installing the machine, and the installing usually take 2 or 3 weeks. Installed down, warm up running, put on the tools, go sampling, then go next for the dispatch, or next for the client come to here for the free using training, and finally for the dispatch, for the shipping to different countries. We had already exported business over 16 years since 2009 for the export business, and had reached our machine over 32 countries and regions. Here's some of our countries showcase. To every continent, Europe, America, Africa, Oceania, and Asia, Canada, Argentina, Australia, Brazil, every big country we had reached, like USA, Russia, Belarus, Poland. Our main market, main country exported as Turkey, Thailand, India, Vietnam, and Mexico. Turkey, India, Thailand, Vietnam, and Mexico. Our main markets. The countries we ever reached. Some of the examples here for the bigger machine, for the small. So, for example, this one to be loaded by high cube container. High cube container. For agriculture purpose, for agriculture, lake time, lake teas, springtime for harvester, for strawberry. Also for special typical products like the sample in my hand, tent, camp, ground steak, tent, camp, ground steak, at rate 8 pieces per minute. So this machine, let me focus on this machine. This machine with the 5 main system. This machine for agriculture, springtime, lake time with 5 main system. Work panel, and the chassis, the chassis holding all the electric parts, system parts, and the chassis, the operate interface, and the cabinet chamber holding the wire rotary and the wire feeding, and the wire decoil, wire feeder. This maximum for 8 millimeter, So we paired it with the wire decoil max load 1.5 metric tons. 1.5 metric tons wire decoil. And the tools for one task, for one job, the tools including the wire feeding tools behind the work panel, and in front of the work panel, the tools we called it the task forming tools. So the two main different big group of the spring machine, this one we called it the wire forming machine for the wire from rear to front. And for compression spring machine, the wire moving mostly at from left to right. Here's a small one. Here's a middle-sized for 2.5 maximum. The rear view, camera's rear view of the work panel, and the chassis, electric and the system-related parts like servers, control system mainboard, power supply, transformer, and the server, the motor, and the reducer. One motor, one reducer to consist of one handle. Meanwhile, this machine with the ability to produce different products. This showing some example in agricultural purpose for the greenhouse, for pollination, making into different crib or snap. Crib or snap. For example, the sample like this as wire 4 millimeter more or less. This for wire 2.8 millimeter. For agriculture purpose in greenhouse, using in greenhouse pollination. For example, make this one at least 8 to 12 pieces per minute. 8 to 12 pieces per minute. We are professional CNC spring machine manufacturer. All our machines are CNC type. We are focused on new machine. All our one are new. We do not have the used one or second-hand one for the marketing. Okay, we just focus on the new machine, CNC automatic. All our machines are new CNC automatic spring making machine. So we do not have the item as the mechanic spring machine. Our one is the CNC automatic machine, not the mechanic spring machine. And the OLED are the new one. This is a special purpose, special field. Special field, we have the advantages to make the conveyor belt, wire mesh, spiral wire mesh, oval wire mesh, or I-link belt. We now have 6 models. This page showing 3 models of the can base for the wire conveyor belt from 0.4 max to 4 millimeter. 3 models and different ability for the wire maximum. But in conveyor belt field, mostly from 0.4 to 2.5 as the most majority, and made of stainless steel, food grade stainless steel, in chocolate coating, chocolate enlobing, or bread heating, or fruit washing line. Bread roast, chocolate coating, chocolate enlobing, and chocolate related food processing, chain, belt. Take a close look at the difference of the products. Regular conveyor belt, spiral wire mesh, I-link. Here's for a double loop or a single loop, double hook or single hook edges. This is our series, some models standing for the machine with wire rotary for the complicated tasks. With wire rotary, this series mostly working for the long circles wire. With wire rotary, gear driving wire rotary. This is a complex. This is a package, completed package, bending flat strip into spiral spring, constant force spring, and a wind up spring. Many user fields like mechanical watch, tape measure, cars, seat, self belt, and mechanical watch, snow blower, and a low mower, agriculture snow blower, wind up spring, constant force, the whole package, including the main machine, rear wheel, the whole set, and the high frequency induction heating equipment. Here's compression spring machine, cam-based spring forming machine, and the cam-less with wire rotary. The precise balance spring, hair spring using in mechanical watch, in wrist watch, also in many different technical test instrument or ammeter, wrist watch, balance spring, hair spring. List 3 models fit the task, wire 2 mm or minus. Maximum for the 2 mm wire, precise compression spring machine. 3 models for the shipper precision lever. Process wire 0.07 to 0.2 millimeter. For the standard 0.2 to 1 millimeter. Compression spring for oil seal, for ballpoint pen, for lotion pump, chick sprayer, for medical guide wire spring, for keyboards, for many test instrument. Okay, this machine, here's this machine for more other tasks, like the outdoor ground stake, outdoor tent, camp, ground stake, for chaplain, for pet stake, for dog stake, pet stake, for agriculture, springtime, lake time. Okay, my friend, this one, the key points. Taiwan Highway Linear Gateway. Clear, manger, diameter 8 centimeter. Slide, the slide, standard solid, not suspension. Many other brands maybe suspension at outside the work panel, but our one only fixed steady in the work panel. All our servers and motor, the slide base fixed steady, standing the solid work panel. Our every hand of the every hand's motor, not suspension, is fixed on the work panel. No vibrate, so it's good for wire feeding accuracy. The slide move. The slide move max to distance 18 centimeter. Maximum moving distance 18 centimeter. Every hand to 4.5 kilowatt. Every hand 4.5 kilowatt. And 4 pair feeding rollers. Gear drive wire rotary. Gear drive wire rotary. Okay, interest, please contact me by WhatsApp, by WeChat. Here's our machine. Work for the metal as steel, iron, copper, bronze, aluminum, and different alloys. And the feeding wire in shape, majority circles, long, flat strip, rectangle, square, oval, segment of less semicircle. Key parameters. For agriculture, for automobile, for any field, for many fields of our daily life, industrial machinery, mining machinery, agriculture machinery, toys, sports, spring parts, wire forming products, cameras with wire rotary.